What's going on, everybody? Mike here again with GriddleKing.com, and today we're going to do a $20 brisket. This is a tri-tip. This is a USDA choice. Nothing fancy, not Wagyu, not prime, just something you're going to find at your local grocery store. And for just 20 bucks, you can take what's the ungodly price of brisket right now, and you can make it very affordable for a quick, just a few hour dinner choice. All right, so I'm going to take this out of the package here. So as you can see, this has got some pretty decent marbling in it. You can see the grains run two-way on a tri-tip. So when you cut this, it'll be harder to see when it's cooked, but essentially remember this is your transition point. And so from this spot forward, we'll cut against the grain this way, and then from this spot forward, we'll cut against the grain this way. So eventually, we'll have a slice here in the center. But first, let's go ahead and just trim off some of this little excess fat. Some of the harder stuff that's not gonna render down as good as we want. A little bit of silver skin there. Let's flip it over. This is the harder fat that is not going to be as friendly to us when we're slow cooking this down and the temperature of the smoker is starting to render down fat and break it down. This stuff will just be more of a problem. I know some people like to keep it, and if that's you, that's fine. But for today, we are going to let that go. Alright, so I'm going to leave a little bit of that fat on there because it will break down now that we've cut through it pretty good. Maybe just get a hair more off. Alright. So, now that we've got that out of the way, alright, so this is from Fire and Smoke Society. This is just their basic brisket and burgers. It's nothing but salt, pepper, chili pepper, cumin, oregano, garlic, coffee, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and crack this. I'm going to do a dry rub on here. I'm not going to add a binder or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and put it directly on the tri-tip. I've got the Traeger Ranger here already preheated to 275 degrees, and we are going to put this on and let it get to an internal temperature of 160. All right, so for this, I'm just going to shake this on. So that's good. We're going to just go ahead and throw it on there until this reaches 160 degrees internal temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and put my probe in the thickest part without getting too low here. Make sure we're hitting a little bit. Slide it up. All right. Internal temp of 42 degrees starting off, and we will cook this till we hit 160. And I will be back with you guys then. That was super slow, then. Only done talking and you went.
Well, if I move too fast, I have to
It's all right.
I'm gonna turn it off now.
Just hit the red record button. All right, guys. Our temperature has reached 162, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this tri-tip out. I'm going to wrap it in tin foil. Whether you choose to use butcher's paper or tin foil is completely up to you. What I want to do though is bring this out, let it get up to about 200, 205, somewhere in that range, and let it sit in this tin foil for the duration of this cook. So let's go ahead and pull it out and make that swap. Look over here, babe.
Yeah.
All right, so there we are. Shut this up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some butter to this. This will help everything render down, make it nice and juicy while it sits inside of this tin foil. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up and set that inside. All right, let's get that back in. All right, and we will check back in when this has reached 203 degrees. All right, guys, it has been a while since we talked. We got it to 203 degrees. I pulled it off of the Traeger. I went ahead and let it sit, and it's about 40 degrees outside here in southern Utah tonight, and it's been sitting here for about 20 minutes. The probe is still in. It says we have about 193 on the internal temperature, but I can't wait. So I want to go ahead and slice this open and see what we got. Sorry if it's getting too dark.
Oh, you have to run out of battery. Oh.
All right, I'm trying to save this juice. All right, let's go ahead and get this open. All right, that is super tender to the touch. And it looks pretty good. It's pulling apart pretty easy. Overall, very good, very, very juicy. Not quite as soft as a good brisket, but it's darn close. And for $25, a third less than the cost of a normal brisket, this should be on your short list for go-to items for good, tasty dinners that don't break the bank. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. See you next time.